Faces on Twitch. Good evening, pow, 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 for Sunday. Woo! Giants won, so happy Andy. You know, we're bringing it back. So. Good evening. What? All right. So I'm gonna hand this over to Lex, as it's her night to do it. Woohoo!
Yeah, it's my night to do it, right? Yep, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing the thing. Hey, everybody, how's it going? So tonight we are going to be in the village of Seascape once again with our intrepid heroes that have no idea what they're doing at this point. Yep. Sounds about right.
True.
We had a lovely first session where our adventurers all met and drank together. Had a public display of dominance over one another where our monk absolutely trounced Triton's ass. And it was fantastic in every way, shape, and form.
It was pretty epic.
And I think that was most of all that we did. You guys went to the bar, had a few drinks, you met Chaz, the lifeguard.
Yeah.
The man.
So we were. Did we get our rooms? Is that where we?
Yeah, you got your rooms at the villa. Here, let me just pull up the map. For everybody.
And most of us are totally sporting beach shorts at the moment as well. Just remember that part.
Oh, damn. Why aren't you doing the thing and stuff? Oh, that's why. Okay.
So weak.
Kitchen window. Here it is. Yay! Push back.
There. Sweet.
Wait, is that it's good now?
Load in.
It's loading
I'm
for
having
me.
to use Discord for my browser at the moment because I don't have administrative stuff enabled on my computer because my uncle's the one who programmed it and he doesn't trust me with the Linux system apparently. You know, I'm almost 30, but what the hell do I know about computers, right?
Right.
So yeah, you guys get a full night's rest in a beautiful village. Spending the night on the beach, I believe. But in the morning, those who slept on the beach aren't really anywhere to be found. Your Triton friend seems to have made his way back into the waters, from what you can tell. Our other friend is nursing a massive hangover.
Told you all done. That'll get you. So you got stick with the pipe.
I do believe sticking to one type of liquor is the way to go.
Very wise. Very, very wise. So, what are we doing, guys? I mean...
Well, I do believe we're supposed to meet somebody that we will be guarding.
Oh, yeah.
Or
Ice.
babysitting. I'm not really sure which it is.
Yeah, something like that.
I seem to have appeared on the wrong island. If it's okay, I will tag along with you.
You appeared on the wrong island, my friend, huh? That's wild.
At least it's not what I'm looking for.
No, which island were you looking for?
We can get to that another time.
Ah. I bet you Chaz would know about it. That fella seems to know a lot about the area.
He's so knowledgeable. It's great. Yeah, so I'm gonna go out through. Do I see Chaz down at the beach this time of morning, or do they have like a sign? This,
Don't Chaz ever leave the beach?
yeah.
You can take Chaz off of the beach, but you can't take the beach out of Chaz.
These like lounging in the same like blue chair from before, kind of just like with his life preserver next to him and his sunglasses down and kind of like a little sun hat over his face. Looks to be snoring quite heavily.
I'm gonna walk up to him and be like, "Hey, buddy, how's it going? What's new, man? What happened overnight? Anything?
Yeah, man. Like, I'm pretty sure that blue fella like went back into the waves. You know, he looked pretty defeated.
That's rad, though.
Yeah.
I wish I could just
If
go
you
underwater.
First, though, I don't know. Are you supposed to like drink and swim?
Apparently he can. Or he did.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the rules are for like aquatic folk. You know, I mostly deal with like the above ground ones.
Yeah, you try to keep him from going under the water permanently, I guess.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You know this person. What was the person's name, guys? That we were.
Give me a sec.
I can't find the notebook that I wrote all my notes down from last session, so I had to grab a new notebook, and I hate it.
You guys didn't actually get her name. You just got that she was a family friend of Lord DeGrawl.
Oh. And we already asked him about that guy last session, I believe.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, Chess, you take it chill, man. All right. Have a good day. I'm gonna just go around and wait for my party to be ready.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, check out this coffee. It's pretty good, right?
Okay.
Go delicacy.
I'll go grab one of those.
Yeah, sure. The stand is in the town square. It's open most of the time, and you can see there's like a little lineup of elderly folk who have these like metal contraptions around their necks on these like lanyards, and they're like toying with these little black rolls of like this like really flimsy, shiny, like paper looking stuff. Cameras. They're loading cameras with film.
Oh. Nice. Is it? Can we buy those here? I'm pretty sure I don't have any money, so. Do I see a lady that looks important anywhere on the travels from where we stayed to the beach and back to the center of town?
Not particularly. You're mostly passing like honeymooning couples who are kind of like looking longingly into each other's eyes, laughing and flirting. And then you've got, the elderly couples who are talking amongst themselves, just like jabbering, giving each other a hard time, like, "Oh, Larry, you didn't pack your sunscreen again. What am I gonna do with you?"
All the honeymooning couples that I pass, I will just druid craft like a very small tiara. It's got a range of 30 feet, so just maybe put like some little white flowers in their hair. Try to influence. Influence the attraction.
Kind of look around questioningly, Do you let them know that it was you that did it if they're like searching for somebody who's like, these flowers get in my hair?
Yeah, if they look at me weird, I'll just like pull one out of my hand and hand it to them, you know, and just smile.
Okay, yeah. They just kind of like smile and thank you, and they seem appreciative. A little like weirded out.
That's all right. So,
I think that feels like a bit of the island magic. Yeah.
Totally. So, yeah, we meet up with Kilcax and Egan.
Yeah,
Okay.
Good
Where are you
morning,
guys?
gentlemen. I hope you slept well last night.
yeah, it's alright. This place is quite nice.
Are your muscles sore, dude? I mean, you were moving so fast yesterday. It was insane. I don't think I moved that fast in my life.
It's all to do with my training. I'm used to it.
Well,
That's why I always make sure to stretch before.
I wonder how our Trident friend's making out.
Oh, yeah. So Chaz is telling me.
I do believe he dragged himself off back to the watery depths.
Yeah, Chaz. You know the guard. He was saying that he saw him just walk into the water with his head down, his shoulders slumped. Yeah. He said actually he got one good look from like the reflection of the moon on the water, and he saw a tear coming down his face. But you know.
Now I do believe our gentleman is telling some stories, some tall tales, if you will.
Well, between that fight and the amount of he drank, I'm sure it's not a great day for him.
Madame did stay behind in the room to nurse his hangover. He is just kind of like lying, not enough to bracing for like breathing the sun today.
Yeah, I'll go over to the bar and get him to pour me a pint of beer and then crack an egg in it. And then I'll go deliver that to our hungover friends. And I swear by this. My granny used to make this for me every time I had a hangover.
He's very polite and cordial and kind of just like he opens the door for you when you knock and takes it. Seems appreciative and then just says, I just need the day. And kind of like closes the door. And is like, thanks.
Completely understand. We shall see you later. Hopefully you will feel better. And like after doing that, like I imagine we'd like meet up for breakfast or some type of meal, and we can discuss ways of it seems to me that we need to find out about this individual that we've been hired to guard. I think that would involve a chat with this Lord Deverall.
Okay, so you remember that you weren't really specifically hired to guard her so much as you were to escort her from the island. And the guards yesterday tell you that they would meet you today in the town square before they embarked and let you know like whether or not they need you.
Okay.
So,
What's everybody's passive perception?
18.
14.
14.
17.
17. Okay, so Kilcax and MJ, you guys notice that the elderly couples who are leaving the iced coffee booth in the town square, seem to all kind of be filing off one after the other to the end of town, and there's two large buildings. One that has like it looks like a glass dome, and inside it is very thick foliage. And they're kind of walking in between those two buildings, single file down what looks to be some sort of like trail out into the jungle.
Have I seen any like local animals? Like, is there like cats walking around or something like that?
You've seen quite a few tropical birds, which you know are a little beyond your capabilities at the moment.
I can't do that.
But there's nothing really on four legs that you've noticed within the village limits.
Okay. All right.
They might be invasive species here.
Yeah. You know, and we don't see the guards while we're standing like there. We don't see.
Not yet, but it's very early in the morning. You know, most of who you're seeing are like. You did notice that most of the honeymooning couples seem to still be wearing like nighttime clothing, and the elderly couples all seem to be like wide awake and ready for the day. You get there probably somewhere around 6 a.m.
Oh, okay. Hey, that interests me. Like, 2 lines, 2 buildings. You know, I mean, back, you know, in my town, people just like walk all over whenever they want. There's not really lines per se. So, can I call one of the birds? Can I try to like call it over to like my finger?
Give me an animal handling check.
Oh, sweet, yeah. That's a 16.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, you call to one of the colorful birds that are kind of just like flying overhead. And one of a blue macaw comes down from the sky and just kind of like lands on your wrist as it's a little too large for your finger.
Okay, yeah, just like down. I'm just gonna like run my hand down, sit down, and I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
And let's see here. What's that do? For 10 minutes, I can comprehend. I gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate. All right, so just be like, hey, buddy, how's your day going?
Hey!
Is there some weird going on here?
Oh! Nothing weird. Nothing weird.
Okay. Where do you live, man?
Up there!
Up there. Oh,
Sky!
okay.
The sky!
So Jerry is pretty much staring in slack-jawed horror as the bird just like lands on his wrist, and then he proceeds to have what seems like an intelligible conversation.
Yeah, all you hear back when the parrot or like when the macaw answers is ah ah ah.
So
I do not believe I have ever seen such a thing like that.
Right? No.
Do you think he's actually talking to him?
Wars! Am I right? Am I right?
Well, the possibilities are quite profound, but I do believe he is either talking to it or mentally insane. I can't really tell which at this point.
MJ looks over at you guys. Hey, meet my friend. Wait, what's your name, friend? Do you have a name?
Ah!
Well, I'm gonna call you Indigo. So hey, This is Indy. He's a local. Just like saying hi.
Oh, my name.
So yeah,
good.
I'll be around. I'm gonna let him go. Give him a little piece of a berry that I probably have. Do I have any berries? I don't have anything. I gotta buy some berries.
You need good berry.
Yeah.
Are you going to see the witch? The witch?
The witch.
Ah! The witch!
Whoa.
The spring! The spring! Ah!
Where's that? Which way? There's a witch.
That way! That way! And he kind of like lifts up one of his wings and gestures to the way that all of the old folks are going. The spring! The spring! Ah!
Curious. The spring. Yeah. I'll let him go then, and I'll go. Is this? It says that there's something weird happening down the spring. What do you guys say? You want to check it out? You want to hit the local attractions like we are on a honeymoon?
We see
What do you say?
time to kill.
Well, certainly. I've heard that sometimes soaking in a spring can be good for your body.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. That sounds good. It'd probably be great for you moving so fast. Just loosen the muscles up and everything. Yeah,
Okay.
so MJ will start walking. Like, is there one line? There were 2 lines for 2 different buildings?
Well, they're not really lines per se. They're just kind of filing off that way.
Okay.
So they're just kind of like, because they're in a line at the booth and they all seem to kind of be heading like from the iced coffee down that way, it kind of seems like they're forming a line, but they're kind of just free forming.
Okay.
Well.
Yeah. Well, what do you say we go check this place out?
Yes, as it appears we are rather early, and I do not see any, potential employers at this moment. I think that sounds like a good idea.
I say we go treat ourselves
well
before
explore.
a little. Yeah, before we go on an adventure. I think that sounds great. MJ will just kind of turn around, stick his little elf shoulders up, and walk that direction like he knows where he's going.
Okay, sure.
I do
you
say
head off
that
in the
boy has a fair amount of pluck.
It's certainly unique, ain't it?
He has his way.
So you guys all file off after MJ?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you
I
try to
feel
make
like
conversation with MJ as you go, or?
at this point.
I will just if anybody's having conversation, I would like to just try to listen in as I'm walking by, see if
Sure,
there's if I find something that's maybe interesting that I would, but
All right. I mean, if you want to actively look for anything or actively keep an eye out, I'd have you roll for it. But with your passive perception, you're able to pick up on conversations quite easily. I mean, they're not exactly being like subtle, and a lot of them are hard of hearing. So
I'm right up.
they're not being quiet either. So you gather a lot of them are talking about Miss Airy and her magic spring. Ms. Airy.
misery.
Yeah, Miss Airy.
I'll like chime in. Oh, a flower for you, lady, and Druid craft up another flower for some old lady. I would imagine that would be in this conversation. I'll put it like right behind her ear. I'll stick it like in her thinning hair.
Oh, that's so lovely. Thank you, young man. Are you off to see Miss Aries Spring?
Actually, yeah, I was gonna check it out. Is Miss Airy in the spring?
Oh, no, she runs the spring, dear.
Huh.
It's a rejuvenating spring. But wonderful things. Apparently makes all your troubles melt away.
Well, certainly it seems to be working for you, right? You look very happy. So.
Well, I will be once I get there, I'm sure. I'm sure it will be quite lovely.
And all of you, as you're wandering down this trail, you go from the very sunny kind of plateau. Like, even behind the buildings, it's kind of just like free fields that are well manicured with lots of thick bushes and beautiful flowers. But as you crest the tree line, darkness kind of glooms over as the thick foliage above you blocks out most of the sunlight. There's thick vines kind of weaving their way through all of the underbrush. But there's breaks here and there in between where you can see more manicured spaces. And within those manicured spaces seem to be small trails and lots of intricately carved stones in rows.
Ooh. Yeah.
Carved with like abstract patterns, or are there any recognizable symbols or anything on there?
They seem to be carved with names and dates. These are very obviously tombstones.
Ah, gotcha. We're walking through cemetery. Since I have an interest in local history, I just sort of like idly looking at when the birth dates and death dates are, and any names that seem to pop out to me.
Sure. Give me a history check.
All right.
Do.
Do you go like into the cemeteries and kind of look around?
I'm
They're just
not really going to wander off the path. We already have something. So that is a 15.
Okay. From what you glance of the names as you're passing by, they seem to kind of just be from all over. And most of the lifespans seem to range between 60 and 90 years for the human variety ones. And some of the more elven sounding names or dwarvish sounding names, they all are people who lived very long, full lives, from what you can tell. But no names specifically stick out.
Okay. Well, what a lovely place to be buried.
Yeah.
Yes, we think so. That's kind of the plan.
Oh, did we walk into a hospice and I didn't notice?
Not sure what that is, dear, but it's just a lovely little place to go and die.
Ah, I see.
Wow.
Were these all residents?
Better.
Is everyone buried here in residence?
Well, they were at the end.
They were at the end.
Andy, you're muted.
Andy, I think you're muted.
Yep. Thank you.
All right.
I'm gonna just turn around, wander off. I want to just check out the vegetation. Just get a feel for it.
There's lots of really beautiful, beautiful vegetation here that seem familiar to you from back home, but on a smaller scale. Nothing exact. They seem to have different coloration. The flowers have different, stymon protruding from the centers of them. There's very small, minute differences, but they all seem to be somewhat familiar to what you're used to.
Nice.
Probably different familial strains of the same things that you're used to encountering.
Okay. Yep. And not just walk down towards the. Do we have to wait our turn for the spring?
Oh.
No.
No, it's about a 30 to 40-minute walk.
Okay. Nice.
It takes a little bit of time, but the path is very well trodden, so it's quite clear, free of debris, easy traveling.
Nice. Walk down there.
Yeah. Do you have any other questions for any of the folks on your way, or do you want to just kind of skip to the end of the path?
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm more interested to meet this misery.
Okay. So as you get to the end of the path and you crest through the tree line, you come to some kind of clearing. And just off a little ways, about 100 feet in front of you, seems to be a very large steaming pond of crystal blue waters. And in behind where you see this large pond is a massive, massive tree. And from one of the knots in the tree is a babbling stream flowing forth from within it, which seems to be feeding into this spring. In front of that is a winding purple staircase leading up into the boughs of the tree, and within there you see a house with the turned Gothic Victorian edges to all of the roofs and the front windows, the door frames. And it's all very dark and purple, with mosses kind of clambering over top of everything, and thick foliage obscuring most of the view. There is a large breakfast nook type window protruding from the front, and the front door seems to not be a door, but just a very sheer blue curtain that hangs loosely in front. In the spring, you see that a lot of the elderly couples are gathering around the edges, and they seem to be shedding their clothing and getting in fully nude. Lots of very wrinkly buttocks surrounding you at this point, and it's a little distracting from the rest of the gorgeous tropical scenery.
I will strip nude.
Perfect.
I do say that is a most enchanting house. Looking around, trying to look everywhere, but at the, acres of old nude flesh.
This view is quite different.
Yeah, altogether there's about 25 individuals here. All seem to be gathered and are kind of just swimming around, wading through the pool, sitting on the rocks on the edges, kind of in the water. Once they're in the water, they're fully submerged. You can't really see anything.
Can I find a place just to drop a couple of my seeds and germinate them?
Yeah, for sure. This is very fertile land, which is quite evident from the lush forest around you.
Okay.
And with this magical spring nearby, all you really need to do is find a place with some good sunlight.
Yeah. Well, I will try to do that, and I want to dip my hands into the water, just look at it.
I'm going to go over and sit at the edge and dip my feet in.
Okay, for sure.
This is a quite lovely place. I wonder if that's where Ms. Airy lives.
You can smell on the air. The air is quite sweet. It has this like lingering, heavy floral scent that kind of just hangs with the humidity surrounding you. It's very hot, and you find that kind of lingers and sticks to your skin. And as you approach the pool, the smell of old person is unmistakable. But with it comes this smell of kind of fresh rain. And it kind of washes all of the other smells away and engulfs your senses. And it brings you a sense of calm and peace. As you say this, one of the older gentlemen who's sitting on the edge, kind of basking in a ray of sun, goes, "Well, she doesn't really show her face too often, from what I understand. But if you need to speak with her, I think you can climb the stairs. There's no signs saying you can't."
Thank you, sir. That is quite useful information. I do believe that.
Don't be shy. Come in, take a dip. You'll never be more relaxed in your life.
Yeah, Yari, you should strip down.
Well, I have never been one to buck tradition, although I dare say that the people on this island have some very different ideas about morality and privacy. So, I strip down.
Oh, don't be such a stick in the mud. You've seen it all before.
So I strip down and ease myself into the pool.
Okay,
He's just
sure.
gonna dip his feet in.
Can you
If
make
I
me a
see,
wisdom saving throw, please?
Sure.
I will go into the water too, and see Yari strip down. I will be some moral support.
That is a 16.
16? Okay. So as you actually, MJ, can you make the saving throw for me as well before I launch into this little expletive?
Wisdom. That's 18 on that. 26.
Woo!
I didn't think you were going to fail. I just wanted the number first. Okay. So you guys kind of lower yourselves into these refreshing waters, and the surface kind of tickles at your skin, washing over you, and it is the most refreshing feeling that you've ever felt in your life. And as you kind of let yourself sink into it and let your worries go, you find that as you're letting your worries go, it feels as though they're leaving you completely. All of the troubles that you've ever had, all of the worries, all of the doubts, it's almost as if they're bubbling to the surface, trying to escape and seep through your skin. And in that moment of panic, hold on to them and dig them back down deep. But you realize for a second that you could have lost them. All of your worries, all of your cares, all your insecurities, all of the things that kind of make you, have shaped who you are, almost left you.
I'm not sure. I just think I smoked too much this morning because this is.
Well, I, for one, sir, have not touched any intoxicants, and that is a most odd sensation. It's like years of ingrained repression, both sexual and moral, nearly been drained from me in a single instant.
Yeah, it's pretty nice, right?
So I crawl back out and am sort of like laying on the side of the pool on the grass and sort of collecting myself. Well, that is an experience I do not care to do twice. It is quite a beautiful place, though. They should really put some signs up, I believe.
Yeah.
As you say this and you look around, you kind of notice that there are some signs, though draped in heavy foliage, that say, "Let your cares be washed away. Let go. Relax." All of those kind of like encouraging and like soulful signs that you see up in spas, like just breathe.
So now my hackles have been raised and my guard is sort of up, and I'm watching with interest the one gentleman who spoke to me earlier and told me that the Miss Airy is not seen very often. I ask him, and you sir,
Yes.
where are you from? What is your name?
Oh, my name is Mark, and I come from the Iron Paces. It's pretty nice.
Quite
there.
interesting. And
He's like,
have you ever been here before?
It's my first time. My wife and I promised each other that we'd retire here, and well, I lost her some years ago, but I figured I'd keep our promise to each other by living out the rest of my days here and visiting this spring. It was always a dream of ours.
And all your cares and worries, they are washed away by these cleansing waters, yeah?
Well, I feel nary a care nor worry, so I'd say so.
Excellent. Well, do carry on and enjoy your day, sir. And I pull the other guys, away from the edge and perhaps out of hearing. That is one of the most startling experiences I've had. I do believe that pool was fixing to steal my worries and cares from me in a literal, metaphorical way.
Oh, I suppose.
It's not just advertisement.
Yes, the signs, I can't believe I didn't see those before, but
To be fair, that's tasteful overgrowth. I mean, it's nice to let some vines, it's you don't want them going into your house, but on a sign, that's fine.
Can I go over to the pool and can I fill up my water skin with some of the water?
Yeah, for sure. And just mark that you
This might
have that you have a water skin of Missouri pool or Missouri spring water.
That's quite an interesting idea, sir. Perhaps this water could be analyzed. I myself am a dabbler in things alchemical in nature.
That is precisely the idea. It's good to have a sample. We might want to look at it later.
Yeah, most interesting. Well, I have no more desire to bathe, I believe. So I think it'd be proper to head back. We wouldn't want to miss our contacts.
Do we know how long we've been gone?
I think she said.
Yeah, you've been gone about an hour and a half.
Oh, okay.
Should we pay a visit to the house before we leave?
If you would like to. I mean,
Well, we're already here, and we can have some time to wait.
yeah, I mean, I'm not in a rush. They weren't in a rush for us, you know? So. Plus, old Hobbs, he's still back at the room. It is.
He seems like he might have used the springs.
He used something. He drank a lot, let's say. And, you know, I gave him a little pipe when he went to bed, so must have helped him out. But
Yes, smoking that pipe weed is I've heard, quite dangerous and habit forming.
yeah, well, frees the spirit.
Yes.
Yes.
I think there might have been a few too many spirits freed.
Not as much as what's happening in this pool. So if you want to look at the house, I will assist in any way I can.
Can't hurt.
Well, that's if we get a chance to talk to her.
At the very least, maybe get some more information about this spring.
Yeah, like the little runoff from the tree into the pool. It just looks like beautiful blue water. Like there's no
Just
You stick-
beautiful, crystal clear water.
All right. Well, I'll follow you.
Then I'll make my way towards the house.
I'll follow.
Now, sure, since this seems to be a group activity.
Escape. All right, there. Hey, it's loaded up.
Yep. I just got
Boom.
it too.
So. What's
Just enjoy the island jams.
yeah, right. Who's
I'm just trying to open a picture for you guys so you can see. There it is. Yeah. You guys see that? No?
There's nothing being shared right now.
Here we go.
So, if Egan is gonna go up to the door, I would like to wild shape into a squirrel, and just like kind of mimic his movement to the treehouse.
Okay. Okay. There. Okay.
Hey, ooh.
Oh wow.
Beautiful.
Sorry about that, guys. I like accidentally closed my browser, which has Discord in it at the moment. So
Oh, no worries. That doesn't look ominous at all.
no, not at all. Yeah. It's a little rough looking, but I mean, I did that last night, so.
That's beautiful.
No, it looks awesome. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'll walk up to the door. And I guess peek my head through. Hello, is anyone here?
So as you draw near to the door, you hear what kind of sounds like cacophony of wind chimes coming from inside. The tinkling of glass kind of all hitting each other. Almost sounds like shards of glass raining down from the sky continuously. Like rain. But in a very, crystalline type sense. Almost. And the sound is almost deafening, and accompanied with it is the smell of it's hard to describe. It smells heavy and musky. It's like mildew and mold, and the air grows heavy, and you feel this sinking within your chest as you draw near the door.
When I feel that, I'm gonna cast Mage Armor on myself. Just to be safe. It's a 8-hour.
Yeah.
Safe and
Yeah,
sane.
that's fine.
Safe and sane.
Yeah.
Oh,
Everyone else hear this, right?
Yes, that's quite an interesting sound.
A bit loud for my tastes.
It's quite subtle. I mean, it seems loud ringing in your ears the way it is, just because it's such a sharp noise. And how much of it there is a little overwhelming for the senses. But it's still a faint kind of like rippling, almost as if it only seems loud in the back of your mind.
Well, that's just downright spooky.
This whole area seems off.
Could say that again.
Oh, I can't talk when I'm in wild shape, right? I don't think so. Okay,
No.
sweet.
What are you wild shaped as at the moment?
A squirrel?
Squirrel. Okay. I think I missed that.
Yeah. It's got a streak of orange, like MJ's hair down the middle.
Okay, I like that. Okay, yeah. Do you guys draw closer to the door? You're about 3/4 of the way up the steps at the moment.
We're already here. Should we continue on?
After you, sir.
I'll go to the door.
You continue closer to the entrance to this hut, and as you get up there, the coloring kind of shifts in your vision. And what once seemed like a vibrant tropical oasis kind of turns dark and dank as the purple of the outside of the house shifts so that it's more of like a brownish gray. And the moss itself becomes more vibrant in the way that it looks almost toxic in its appearance the closer you draw in.
Seems this place might not be all that it lives up to be.
No. This place is quite sinister. I think that we may check on this. Now that I'm putting numbers together, it doesn't seem to add up.
I was simply worried when just the water tried to change you, but as we get closer, and something is definitely off.
Well, let's be prepared just in case.
I agree.
But let's see if we can have a polite chat with the madam of the spring.
Absolutely. I'll continue towards the door.
You brave the last few steps, and as you do, the boards beneath your feet creak with age. Draw closer to the curtain, and you can see now that instead of the lively, vibrant blue color that it was from so far down below, it seems almost like just wisps of threadbare burlap. You say anything to make your presence known? Do you knock on the frame?
Should we announce ourselves?
Yes, I do think it would be proper.
I'll knock on the door frame then.
Who is it?
Just some tourists. We were told to come visit your springs.
State your name and business.
I'll pause for a second and I will just go, my name is Egan, and these are some friends of mine. We simply wanted to visit your springs, and we were told that up here we might be able to talk with you.
If it's a chat you'd like, step inside.
I'll turn
Okay.
back to the group.
Shall we? I have a few questions.
Can I like climb up the tree and try to like find a branch that lets me look into like through a window if there is one?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you can see from the picture that there's a very large branch that kind of nestles in front of the front window there.
Okay.
Easy enough to climb up that and peer through. So the glass itself is distorted. It's not clear.
Right. And can I
Very
hear her?
old-timey glass.
Can I hear them talking?
From outside the window, you don't even hear the chime of the shattering glass.
Okay. I'll walk back down towards the door, still in squirrel form.
Okay. As the lot of you step through, you can see that the sound of the shattering glass rain comes from the what looks to be thousands of glass and crystal vials hanging from every surface of the ceiling, kind of all tinkling in a non-existent breeze, banging against each other, creating this sound that seemed so ominous from the outside. It captivates your attention, and within the glass vials you can see swirling matters of dark grays, browns, greens, in both liquid and gaseous forms. And some of these vials still remain empty. In the center of the room seems to be an elderly, elven-looking woman with sharp-pointed features in an emerald green robe with a hood that covers her face. And from down beneath it, you can see these long strands of beautiful white curls intertwined with different vines and leaves that kind of seem to encompass her entire being, sorting through her clothing and twisting around her limbs, as with these old graying hands and long black nails, she stirs a cauldron in the center of the room.
Well, after stepping in and again, staring slack-jawed, I will remember my manners quickly and sketch a quick bow and Yeri Mornax at your service. I wondered if we might ask you a few questions about your fair spring.
Questions you may ask, answers you may not get.
Well, nothing is certain in this life. But tell me, and I sort of stroll over towards where all the crystals are hanging, and I.
They're everywhere. They're all above you, like covering every inch of the ceiling that you can see. They hang down in the most precarious of ways.
I look at, just seem to focus on a particular one, and I'm like, if it had drained me of my worries and cares, would those be in one of these crystals here? Just purely as a hypothetical, of course.
As you ask this, you see her take one of the empty vials from above on the ceiling and almost pluck it as if she's plucking fruit from a tree. And she brings it down, and she kind of sweeps up in some hand motions above the cauldron. And a small spout of gaseous mist almost kind of waves itself up in sort of a spiral motion and then makes its way into the vial and fills it. She corks it and puts it back, and she says,
Your intuition is strong. If you think that I bottle worries and cares, maybe that's what I do.
Well, I'm not quite sure what you do, but it seems that you might be robbing a person of something that they might actually still have want or need of. I notice most of the people here are very old. I am rather old myself. But do they all know what is going to happen when they crawl into that pool?
All that I take is willingly given. It has all come to me through rumors and truth, spread wide throughout the land by those who have taken care to heed the warnings before entering themselves into the waters below.
And if it's not too impertinent of me to ask, what is it you do with these constructs?
That is my secret. But it is of no worry of yours, nor any of those who give their worries to me. Most see it as a gift. Not all share your opinions.
Hmm.
Well, in my eyes, all this seems to be is you are helping give these people a peaceful end life.
That is how most view it, yes.
Interesting. Well, the certainly when my time comes, I shall grasp tightly those things that have worried me or been my burden for my whole life, because otherwise it might rob me of something essential.
And that is for you to keep should you choose.
Miss Airy, what do you do with these vials?
Again, that is my secret. But what I do harms no one.
Does she look like she's
You
telling
are
the truth?
right.
Insight check.
Yeah.
That's a big fat old 1 from me with a +7, so an 8. So I'll totally believe her.
I had a dirty 20.
Dirty 20?
Yeah.
There's truth to what she says. You can hear the ring of it in her words. But it almost seems as if the ring of truth still masks something darker behind it. Something that she's not sharing. So while you believe that what she does doesn't harm anyone, there is still something darker going on behind the scenes.
Well, I thank you for sharing your time with us, my lady, and when the time comes, I will be sure to avail myself of your wonderful spring and its gift. But for now, I shall bid you goodbye.
Farewell for now. I'm sure we'll see all 4 of you quite soon.
That's not ominous. I sketch a polite bow and then let myself back out. And I sort of marvel as I'm heading down the steps. When I turn back around, does the house appear more, beautified and tranquil rather than creepy and eerie?
Yes. As you creep back down the staircase at about the point that you saw the building for what it was truly, you turn back and it's a peaceful, serene, picturesque sight once more. You did notice as you were leaving, she did raise her face up towards you, revealing a pale white complexion with the smallest hint of rose color to the cheeks and the same toxic green eyes as the moss that surrounds the building.
Well, as we, amble on back down the path, I'm speculating on what kind of alchemical processes one might use to distill fear and worry and care. I'm also keeping an eye out for our friend who seemed to turn into a squirrel.
I'm following. I'll just be. No. Actually, I'll try to walk up on Yuri's shoulder.
No. Oh, it is the sensation of little squirrel hands on my bare flesh is nearly intolerable.
Once we
So
get
I
past,
sort of like set you in my beard, but like part it a little bit, and then set you in there.
love it.
That's awesome.
Once we get past like her area and we get to more of the commonplace, I'll look to the group, and she wasn't telling the whole truth. Did anyone else catch that?
She seemed rather truthful, but perhaps evasive.
There's something more to this place that perhaps we should investigate more another time.
Well, I certainly agree, and I think that perhaps her last statement to us was more telling than any of the rest of the words she spoke the whole time.
Yeah.
She said something about seeing us again very soon. I've never experienced anything good after somebody has said those words to me.
Well, let's hope it's not very soon.
Well, I don't know about you guys.
So, do you guys
I'm
set
about
back
ready to
down
go
the
back.
path?
Yeah, I think it's time to head back to the town square there.
Yeah, we're supposed to meet the guards.
Right. You get about 15 minutes into your walk down the path when the two guards that you came with on the ship from Gavinport come up upon you. And they say, there you are. We've been looking everywhere for you.
I apologize if that took longer than necessary, but we simply must, see the spring for ourselves.
Oh, well, you could have just waited. No, we're headed that way. Come on, we've got to go collect the old lady.
Ah, yes. Oh, this is very awkward, sir. Which lady would it happen to be that we're collecting?
Well, we were given the name that the locals call her. It's, Ms. Airy.
Of course it is.
Of course it is.
Why would it be anything else?
Some sort of
That's
arcane
not
practitioner, and, with the war gearing up, we've been at, well, she needs an escort to somewhere that's a little bit more, arcane friendly.
I see. The tide has turned, has it?
Well, we could just kill her, but, Lord de Gras said that their history goes way back, and, she isn't to be harmed unless absolutely necessary.
So I must be perfectly honest with you because this puts us in a little bit of a pickle. We have already met Ms. Airy, being unaware that she was the one we were to escort off of this island. And I think it would be fair to say that looking around at all of you, she's probably going to decline, and she might do that quite strenuously.
She might
you
hesitate.
said unless necessary. So, you know, if it's necessary, then it's necessary. This is what you were hired for, so come on, muscles. Don't chicken out on us
Indeed it
now.
was. I have never backed down from a contract. No, sir.
Sir,
Well,
have you
don't let a
met
little old
Miss
lady
Airy
be the
before?
first one to scurry off. What? Who are you?
Egan, sir.
Uh-huh.
I'll stick out my hand to shake his hand.
Uh-huh. He doesn't take your hand. He just scowls at you.
Have you met Miss Airy yet?
No, just description. What we do.
Excellent. You'll love her. Wonderful old lady.
Right.
Oh, that's be on our way then.
I will wild shape back
Right.
into my form, my MJ.
Holy shit!
Yeah! Woo! And I'll just start walking towards Miss Aries.
You crawl out of my beard first, right?
Yeah, I know, for sure. For sure, yes.
Goddamn magic users. Fucking great when the world's rid of them. Let's go.
Who said that? Which one?
Me, you got a problem?
No, I'm asking you, DM. Was it Jonathan or Timmy?
Timothy.
Yeah.
It was Jonathan.
Okay.
He seems a little bit more surly. He's got kind of these long red needles that kind of like peek out from under his helm, and a very like mighty red gnarly beard that's kind of like half tangled into this like misshapen braid in the front. And he's got these heavy brows and these black eyes that kind of just peek out underneath it, and he looks like somebody you don't really want to fuck with.
Okay.
He's got that aura of intimidation that he just kind of exudes.
Ugh. All right. Well, my apologies. I will make sure that I don't use my arcane abilities to aid you. And very sarcastically and passive aggressive, like over the top.
He like kind of like thinks about it for a second, and he goes, "Yeah, fucking right, you won't."
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
MJ will just continue walking with the group.
Boy, he's not gonna like us.
So you all kind of like head back, and you find yourselves back in the spring portion, and most of the elderly couples seem to be kind of like getting out of the pool at this point and like getting ready for the rest of their day, and they look just as happy as when you saw them before, kind of like laughing and giggling, and they almost seem as if years have been lifted off their shoulders. They just seem younger, more vibrant.
It puts one in a a philosophical frame of mind. Is really the process of aging, can it be distilled down to the amount of worries and cares heaped on one's shoulders over time?
What?
Yeah, what? What the fuck are you talking about, man?
Oh, merely armchair philosophizing. That's all. Nothing. Nothing to worry about.
Let's just
Let's
get on
go.
with this.
You look concerned. Perhaps a dip in the pool.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Are you gonna like push the pole thing? Or you...
It's quite exhilarating.
Yeah, I jest entirely.
Okay, either both of you make me a persuasion check, or one of you makes a persuasion check with advantage, because you're kind of like feeding off the other.
I will totally aid Yari in this.
Oh man. Okay, I'll give it a go. I'll give it a go. Oh man. Let's see. Woo. That is a 17 on die with no modifier, so a 17.
He goes, I mean, I guess we could take 20 minutes. Pretty short walk. Old lady. Doesn't seem like she's gonna give us much trouble, so. Sure. Hey, Timothy, you coming? He kinda just. And they both kind of like start taking off their armor and kind of like feel it with their hands first. And they go, "Oh, it's kind of refreshing. Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting some of this heat off first." And they do that. Oh. They both got the same number, and they both passed, and they kind of like sink themselves into the waters and kind of just like take some deep breaths and just go. And then they both kind of sit up simultaneously and go. Oh. Weird. So that? Yeah. Weird, right?
I've found it very important in my travels to know what you're working with. I totally could have stopped you from that, but it would have required some arcane power, and I know you just don't like it. So, enjoy. And I'll walk. I'm gonna start walking to the stairs.
I'll start walking towards
Okay.
the stairs as well.
Yeah.
Go with him.
And everything that
You guys
MJ's
wait for them to like. Right?
it's all very awkward. From I mean, he's just extremely awkward in general. So just remember that.
All good. Do you guys wait at the bottom of the steps for the guards to get their armor back on and join you, or do you just start heading up?
I'm heading straight up.
Okay. All right. Yeah. We're gonna head this one off at the pass.
Yep. I'll follow Kilcax.
Yeah.
Okay. Egan, you're going too?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so the four of you make your way back up the stairs that not 40 minutes ago you had already climbed. And as you enter into the same place, and that heaviness hits the center of your chest and fills you with a sense of ennui. You can't help but wonder. And as you walk over the threshold, is
Just as I
Aerie
walk
towards
over,
you.
I kind of look, peep my head on. Hey again.
Yeah. She looks up towards you, the toxic green eyes that kind of bear into your soul, and she says,
I told you I'd see you again.
Indeed you do. Indeed you did.
You were quite right, madam.
And you brought the guards this time, did you?
Well, technically they brought us.
Yes, although they are still outside. We were hoping that we might, talk this over first.
What
You know
would
our
you like to
purpose
discuss?
here, if you know that we were meant to be here, I assume.
I did receive some sort of intelligence from one of my many friends about the arrival of some people and their intentions to whisk me from my home.
Is this gonna be a problem?
Only if you expect me to go quietly.
When she says that, can I just try and like silently cast Hex on her?
But people don't know when they get hex cast on.
silently,
Is it
silently cast hex on her?
Yeah, I mean they don't know. Just I kind of want to hide my.
All right.
Sneakily.
Make me a stealth check if you're trying to do this without being noticed.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, it's a fairly small abode, and you're in fairly close quarters with everyone.
17.
17. So you kind of duck behind Kilcax for a second and take out the components and do the motions and then say the words and pretend that you're sneezing at the same time, and you are able to cast a hex on Ms.
Cool.
Aerie.
I'll just come back from behind Kilcax. Oh, must be the moss.
Well,
Yes.
is there anything we could do to convince you that our intentions are honorable and convince you to quit this place of your own free will?
You want me to leave my home because the person who thinks they own my land doesn't think that I have a place here anymore. Simply because I wield forces he cannot.
Well, now that you put it that way.
Hey, we just hard
Does
for a
that
job.
seem fair to you?
She's got a good point.
Yeah, maybe this is a job better handled by Jonathan and Timothy. Let me go get the two guards that would like to talk to you, my lady.
Yeah. Bring me the gods, and they and I will have a chat.
And I will walk out to the door and just yell down to it. Are you guys done yet? We're having a conversation with Miss Harry. You probably want to be up here for it.
What, you ever tried to put on
armor? It takes a while, okay?
No.
And Timothy just like looks up in your direction and he goes, "Ah!"
All that protects me is what I have. No crazy armor. It's quite easy and nice.
The only thing that's protected me are my very flashy swimming shorts.
Yeah, that's right.
That's true. You guys are mostly still in swim gear.
Yep.
I was going to say that, I mean, I always carry my axes on me, but I do not have my armor.
Alright. No. Okay,
That's the way
so
it should be.
Jonathan and Timothy do eventually get their armor back on, and they're kind of grumbling the whole way up, like, those ones fucking told us to take a break and get in the water. God, fucking, just goddamn mercenary. It's just such a headache. And they get up the steps, and you see them about 3/4 of the way up, and you recognize that look on their faces, and they start to hear the chiming of the shattering glass, and see the building for what it truly is. And that soul-crushing sense of dread that grips at their souls as they continue to slowly trudge their way up the creaking staircase. And you hear Miss Airy from inside.
That's not ominous at all.
Folded very defensively over my chest. I'm waiting to see what happens next. This will be entertaining.
They kind of push their way past you and hear her from inside. And they don't wait for an invitation as they come into the house. And Miss Airy greets them with,
I've been waiting for you boys. Are you ready for this?
and they kind of just like look at each other questioningly and be like, ready for this? Time to go. Come on. Pack your bags. Stuff. We don't want to hurt you. He goes, and you hear the laughing again. He goes,
Maybe you should be worried about what this old woman can do.
and are any of you still inside the building?
Yep.
I am.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm standing in the doorway.
I'm
Okay.
sure this is going to go well for us.
Yeah, so I need everybody to make me an intelligence saving throw.
Yay.
The laughter of Ms. Airy starts to pierce through your brains and fill your senses, overwhelming you.
Whoops.
I did forget when I did my hacks, I have to pick one ability but to have disadvantage for her. I'll just do Dex.
Okay.
I got a 19.
Now,
This was intellect.
Yeah.
In saving throw, yeah.
Intelligence.
Intelligence.
I got a 17.
18 minus 1, so 17.
Oh God.
17 plus 0, 17.
Awesome.
Yoran, what did you get?
Natural 1.
Ooh.
Natural 1.
Oh no.
Okay,
So the rest of you, you hear the laughter, and it's got that piercing tone to it. It kind of digs inside your brain, and it makes your ears ring for a second, but you're quickly able to shake yourself out of it by focusing on the forest sounds around you. Much the way that the shattering glass almost pierced through the back of your minds, but not quite reaching it, is how it feels kind of for you. And Jonathan kind of shakes his head with you and kind of looks around and goes, "Oh, it's weird." But Timothy and Yoren kind of grasp the sides of their head as if they're in some sort of deafening pain. And you don't take any damage, but you are stunned.
Okay.
1 minute.
Whoa.
And the rest of you, able to shake this, see Miss Aries' eyes start to glow that green, and suddenly the visage of the old woman melts away. And as the white pours out of her skin, almost as if a bottle draining from below, it turns green and sallow. And her hair becomes more like the damp lines of the forest floor. And her fingers elongate, and her spine elongates and arches. And suddenly she's filling most of the room in here. And she goes,
I don't think you are ready for me.
and with that, the puff of smoke, she vanishes.
Oh,
And we don't see her anywhere? I'm at the doorway. Can I go out the doorway and look on the ground, like down on the ground, and see if I see her, like somewhere else?
Sure. Make me a perception check.
Natural 1.
Natural 1. Okay.
Yep.
Your head is still kind of reeling from the sounds that almost incapacitated you the way they did your allies. And your mind is frazzled too much to make sense of your surroundings at this time.
I go back and try to slap Yari, like, hey, come on, get out of it. Nothing.
I'm just like,
That went well.
We don't have any way of tracking her now.
Fuck.
Well,
can I start looking around her cabin?
Sure.
For any clue or anything that might at least look valuable or have information or anything?
Sure. Yeah. Make me an investigation check.
17.
17. You notice, of course, the many bottles and vials and containers hanging from every facet of the ceiling in here, making it twinkle like a glass rain. There are plenty of bookshelves around which seem to hold ingredients for spells, potions, and the like. Not anything that you yourself can really make sense of, given that your history with magic is a little more innate than those practitioners who rely on such means of arcane measures. But you do find a small, what looks like jewelry box. And within it, you see this glass eye with a piercing green pupil. It peers out at you from within. And underneath it is a folded piece of parchment. When you take the parchment from the box and hold the eye starts to whir around on the inside of the glass orb, as though it's looking for something. And then stays still in your grasp. The folded piece of parchment looks to be a map. And from what you can tell is a map of the island, maybe before the village was established. As the village doesn't really seem to be there, aside from the clearing off the beach. But you do note, however, the estate of the de Graal family, just north of the village, along the road, with its own small port, and a trail that leads from the manor to where you assume that you are within the woods. There are also several other marked locations on the map to the west and the south. They aren't marked with anything other than a red X.
Okay. I find it and I'll turn around and, well, we have this. And I'll just hold up the map.
What's the map gonna do?
This is the worst migraine I've ever had.
Yeah.
And Timothy's like sitting beside you holding his head too, and he goes,
I turn to the other one, the other guy, Jonathan. So, shouldn't we tell the Lord about this?
Ow. Not going back empty-handed.
How do you-
What's she gone?
He said this might not be as easy as it would seem, and I didn't really believe him at the time, but you know, when he's right, right? So, I guess we better start looking. Hey, Tim. He, like, looks up. He goes, You want to keep post here? He goes, no, if she comes back. He goes,
Yeah. You said that lasts for a minute?
yeah.
All right. So, after a little bit, just like, maybe, puke a little bit and then, like, get up. But, no, I'm all right. No, honestly, I'm okay.
Oh, Mr. Yari, she left. She's gone.
Oh, where did she go?
I
She
didn't
vanished.
see her. Yeah, I didn't see her down on the ground. I don't know what we should do. You have a map, but maybe we should, prepare ourselves. We could
Just
maybe search down what's on the map.
Oh, we have these 2 points of interest, and I'll point to the 2 X's. One in the west over here in the south. Could be a good place to start.
Perhaps my head is still ringing, but wouldn't it seem rather odd that she would leave us a map, almost like she's leading us directly into a trap?
I didn't think about that.
I mean, she technically had us trapped here. She could have just done it here.
But she didn't, and I'm curious why.
Oh, we don't have to go into these places. Maybe just check them out. You know, you can
Yeah.
do that from a
Certainly
distance.
someone the size of a squirrel could.
I would be more than happy to do that. And I go into a squirrel.
Well, let's quit this place. The sound of that glass is driving me up the wall.
I'll say let's head back. You get your armor on, because it seems this ain't gonna end without a fight.
I have no desire to fight her.
Well,
But
she might not leave us a choice.
can I examine that map for a minute, sir?
Yes, sir. Here. And I'll hand it to Jory.
So, this looks like an older map, and it doesn't appear the village or town or resort doesn't appear to be on this.
No, it does not.
I'm gonna take a quick step outside and is there any... Oh,
I'm listening.
don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna take outside and have a look if is there any changes to the spring since she's disappeared.
Make me a perception check.
13 plus 7, so a dirty 20.
The spring doesn't seem to have any changes, other than the fact that the rippling from the disturbed surface of the water seems to have stopped. And when you concentrate and you prick your ears up the wind, you notice that the sound of babbling water has stopped.
Well, I think that our erstwhile employer may take it personally when he finds out that his magical spring was only magical because of the woman who tended it.
A little bit of insight. Don't think he's gonna care.
Perhaps not.
Magic bad. Okay. You magic, and he points to you, Egan. Bad. You magic, and he points to the squirrel that's standing on the banister. Bad.
Throw a nutshell at him.
Gotcha. I see you are a man of very nuanced views.
MJ, make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Yes.
Oh wait, I got this. This is in squirrel form, right?
Squirrel form.
That's a 12 on the dice. I don't know if there is a squirrel on D&D Beyond, but I don't think there is. I didn't know how to spell.
So after you throw the nut at him, Jonathan like lunges for you and like goes to go like grab you, and he manages to like lift you up by your tail. He goes, "Huh? Not so tough now, huh? Huh?" And he kind of just like launches you over into the pool, off of the banister, and
You won't take any fall damage for landing in the water.
Okay.
But you are now in the pool.
Do I have to
Soaking
make
wet.
another wisdom saving throw?
Nope.
Okay.
You should not treat my friend MJ like that. Magic or no, he was hired just the same as us.
Oh, he wasn't.
Oh, he wasn't.
He goes, "What are you talking about? Fucking
don't
those
mind
magical
me, I
pests
have had
kind of
no
like
voice.
tagged along. Like that one, that fucking little thing down there. I don't even know why they're here.
Well, apparently you couldn't do this on your own, sir.
Just like shoots daggers at you with his eyes.
You may need some extra help in order to accomplish this.
Kind of like takes a deep breath, opens one eye, looks at you, and he goes, "I like it when you're right."
But I am. So,
That wasn't.
I'm gonna shift back into MJ form and just yell up to Mr. Yari. Maybe we should go back and get Odom before we venture too far into something that could potentially lead us to a fight.
We are certainly going to need our other compatriot. I'm not sure how useful he will be now. And I don't reckon that we will do right tromping around this island searching for a native who seems to know this island much better than we do.
Maybe we could ask Chaz.
Chaz does seem to know a lot.
Oh, dudes.
He seems like a regular nice fella, I'll give you that. I don't think he's got all that much going on upstairs, to be perfectly honest with you.
But he has been here for a while.
Yes.
Guys, too much talking. Let's just one step at a time. Let's just go back, get our stuff.
All right.
We can go from there.
Do I remember MJ saying that he wanted to try and get a view of the surrounding area?
Well, when I was looking for the witch. Are you talking? Yeah.
Do you want to do a quick recon, and then maybe that'll give us a clue as to what?
Oh,
where
yeah.
we should be?
I totally can. I can't do it. I can't shape until I rest, though. I kind of used both of them already. It happens to me a lot. I just get these urges to, just shift in. It's fun. It's kind of fresh. And, sometimes I use them too quickly. Sorry. But I'll be happy to look around. I'm very good at hiding in the bushes.
Well, I have some thoughts. Perhaps they will elucidate, or perhaps somebody else can add their opinions. But we once found that long ago, many years, my grandfather's time. We found ourselves in the unfortunate position of having some elves who had mistakenly taken up residence in territory that we considered ours. And every time we went to go visit to evict them, we found that they had just left. They could hear us coming a mile away. After about the fifth time or so, my grandfather, well, he had it, and he burned their entire village to the ground.
Your grandfather's pretty hardcore.
Damn.
Yeah, well, there was a lot of problems generations ago between our kinds. You know, I prefer to keep an open mind. I'm just saying, if you want me to go scout, I'm good at hiding. And I'm gonna go down the stairs. I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace on my, and try to like sneak away in the surroundings and just see if there's anything out of place. Seeing as how this is similar to what I'm used to walking through for, words. But
Sure. You would know from your experiences back home that while why damn it, I can speak English.
It's all right.
While yes, it's easy to hide in this type of thick underbrush, it isn't quite as easy to track things through.
right.
So you understand that this will be rather difficult
Right.
to do.
Yeah.
if
Like,
one
if
tries
there's
to
any
go-
broken branches
Yeah.
or like imprints in the ground that I can see.
Yeah. Okay. Make me an investigation check.
Investigation. 11.
You can't really see anything telling of a path that Ms. Airy would have taken away from this clearing.
Right.
You do notice that off to the west there seems to be a all kind of migration trail
Okay.
that maybe some of the local wildlife may take to and from this clearing.
Oh. Can I go over to that trail and just see if I notice any of the footprints of the local wildlife? Like, can I identify, like...
It would be more of a nature check.
Nature, alright. Nature is the same. So, 12. I'd imagine, like, every time he goes to look for something, he takes another hit. And then, so as he's continually going on, he's, not really getting any better, not paying attention to anything.
So MJ is literally a squirrel brain. I love it.
That's fantastic. Okay, yeah. So, while you're very familiar with the wildlife that you encounter back home on the Fey Isle, and the similar foliage, the fauna and everything, it's not quite as obvious when the smaller, less magically imbued life forms of this island migrate, as opposed to the ones that you're used to back home that
Okay.
are kind of
Yeah,
supersized and easy to track.
right. Okay. Well, I will not take their trail back because I don't want to put my scent all over it and scare them off that. That is their roadway, not mine. So I'll go back around and inform the group that they have smaller wildlife in the woods.
To which all of you are kind of like,
It's not exactly what we're looking for.
Oh, what was that?
Jay, did you get confused again about what you were looking for?
Oh.
Ah, yeah, I see.
Like there's like a
It's
couple
all right,
tones
friend.
of size,
All
and, you know, just shrugs his shoulders a little bit. I'm sorry, I'm new to this.
There is no need to be sheepish.
What do you guys want to do? How do we want to set this up?
Well, I think it's best if we probably at least get Jolry's armor and Odom.
I would assume by everybody's reaction that they are not amenable to the burning down of her domicile.
You want to burn it down?
I mean, if you want to burn it, we can burn it.
Well,
Can I put like a
mean,
little fireballs?
I say as soon as you say it, I turn around and start heading back to the.
Fair enough. I merely make the suggestion. I am not autocratic by any means.
if you want to burn down this tree,
It would certainly bring her back here. She seems rather attached to her place.
well, if this is something that we are going to do, then there's much more planning that needs to go into it. Because
Yes.
I'm not going to ruin the beautiful wildlife and nature that is around here. So it would have to be some sort of controlled fire in this locale for me to be acceptable to this.
How about not fire, but we just smash the hut up?
I was gonna say, as he says controlled fire, can I just put some, make the fire in my palm just grow a little bit?
Oh, neat tricks. I'll take a pull off of my pipe, and like the smoke that comes out of it, you see turn from like that, like kind of gray vibe to like a deep black. I can do that too.
Let's go back and grab my armor and grab my equipment, and we shall grab our associate. We need all hands on deck at this point.
Oh, yes. And you know, Odom, well, you don't know Odom like I do. He can be huffle charming. So, and that'll definitely
I'm sure.
help.
Especially
Especially if we're not supposed to kill her. Excuse me.
I have a deadline on tonight as a player because I've got an interview early tomorrow morning.
That's exactly
I'm just waiting
where
for
I
an
was
opportunity to
Yep.
do the narrative.
So is this a good moment?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah,
Okay.
go back and get Odom and yeah.
And plan.
So
our
as you
ascent.
all so as you all head away from this place that used to hold such magic and beauty, where all of the worries of the world seem to melt away as soon as you came into this space. As you make your way down the steps, you notice that 3/4 of the way down, where the purple would normally bring everything back to life, and the sound of the glass would stop tinkling in the back of your minds. This time it doesn't. The tinkling continues.
and the creaking as you make your way down the steps grows ever louder and ominous, and seems to echo off the trees where the babbling of the brook has stopped. This place no longer feels welcoming. It no longer feels as if the worries of the world wash away when you enter here. If anything, it feels more dangerous. It feels like unfinished business, seething from every facet, of every rock, of every plant, of every surface you come into contact with. And the tightness in your chest grows. And as you leave the clearing, the back of your mind's the laughter. The laughter touches you. Just the then it stops.
And that's where we'll pick up next time.
Good
Love
job.
it.
Good job. Great job, Lexi. All right.